hope it's good news to all of you that the church is now open for prayer, and it will be open later on today between 6 and 8, and on Sundays between 12 and 3, and hopefully it's just the start of re-engaging with worship together. We have definitely been doing that on Sunday mornings, and it's been a real source of blessing. Let's hope we can just enjoy one another's company in worship and feels God's presence and warmth that way. I've been listening to Bob Dylan's new album. I know all his albums. I've followed them all down the years. I probably have got most of the words to all the songs in my head through repetition. Don't know whether you like Bob Dylan or not. My wife doesn't. She thinks he's quite miserable. Writes those kind of songs. And in a way she's right. Hey, but who can write about misery with such skill as Bob Dylan? He comes up with amazing phrases, memorable lines. And I think there's always hope in his songs and humour. You can get past the sound of his voice. In Nahum, which we've been looking at or starting to look at, the last section of chapter 1 is the comeuppance for the great empire of Babylon, based at Nineveh. It's just amazing the phrases that God's used to just declare its end. And then, just as we get to the end of chapter 1, gets Israel to look. There's somebody coming across the hills. It's a messenger. And the message that he brings is peace. Kind of verses that were used to refer to John when he came before Jesus and preaching about the good news that was to come, which of course is Jesus. Jesus is the good news. Jesus brought the good news. Jesus embodies the good news. And Jesus continues to be good news in person through his Spirit to our world. It's kind of nice to be reminded of that imagery that God uses to convey the sense of the reality of his salvation. At this stage, it was just good news for Judah, but it echoes God's faithfulness in bringing good news for everyone in the days to come beyond this time in history for them. So, I'm going to read you the next bit of Nahum chapter 1. Nineveh's an anthill of evil plots against God, a think tank for lies that seduce and betray. And God has something to say about all this. Even though you're on top of the world, with all the applause and all the votes, you'll be mowed down flat. I've afflicted you, Judah, true, but I won't afflict you again. From now on, I'm taking the yoke from your neck and splitting it up for kindling. I'm cutting you free from the ropes of your bondage. God's orders on Nineveh. You're the end of the line. It's all over with Nineveh. I'm gutting your temple. Your gods and goddesses go in the trash. I'm digging your grave. It's an unmarked grave. You're nothing. No, you're less than nothing. Look, striding across the mountains, a messenger bringing the latest good news. Peace! A holiday! Judah! Celebrate! Worship and recommit to God. No more worries about this enemy. This one is history. Close the books.